Now, any second, we should be learning if DART has a precision lock on its target Dimorphos. This is a key milestone critical to tonight's success.
Am I live? I am live.
Mission operations must be buzzing. How are things going?
Buzzing.
Hey, Tahira, the energy is indeed electric, and the team is...
Energy is electric.
You can hear a pin drop right now as we're
21 minutes away.
20-minute mark from impact, and expecting to hear from the team that SmartNav is now precision locked
21 minutes
onto
away.
Dimorphos, which means that SmartNav will be tracking only Dimorphos from here on out. Why? SmartNav has full confidence that we were in fact tracking Dimorphos, and so we want to...
Just sharing this on Twitter, if anyone's joining me.
Because what could happen with Didymos is that shape could be such that there's a lot
Didymos.
of which could make it seem in the Draco imagery like multiple blobs,
Da, da, da,
as the
da,
team likes to
da.
call them. And we don't want SmartNav to mistake any of those blobs for Dimorphos, so we're doing away with tracking Didymos altogether. We are waiting for that announcement of precision lock. All right, we're about to hear from the team. Actually, we have some time until we hear that.
And hello. Jono was first. Waro. Jeremy. Kano Kai. Andy. Turner. Kinko. I'm getting that one wrong. Full Moon. Hello. Do we need Bruce Willis? We may. Someone call him. Should you have him on standby? May be required. Is my audio good? I have now got the microphone in front of me because people complained about the audio last time, and fair enough because the mic's normally off to the side. So how's my audio doing? And I turned off the audio normalization as well. So I presume it is good. In fact, check. I think the level's probably good. Or should I turn it up? Give me a check. Is it 5x5, 4x5, 3x5? I think it's at least a 3.
We are waiting for confirmation of precision.
Greeting from the nether regions. Audio is good. You're going to be back in 15? Oh, okay. You'll just be impacting what? They're impacting your epididymis. they're impacting Didymus. They're impacting Asteroid. Oh, precision lock obtained. Precision lock has been obtained. The crowd go wild. Sorry, I'm in the wrong location. You can't see the.
This is great.
On that.
This is DART MSC on DT Mach. So this was our last milestone. At this point, we're going to be working towards...
Yes, they're going to impact. They're going to impact. We may need Bruce Willis. They are going to impact Didymus, which is a satellite, a smaller satellite asteroid of a larger asteroid, which is Dimorphos. Or have I got that back to front?
Lindley Johnson, NASA's planetary defense officer. Lindley, you heard Lena. We are now precision locked. A lot of applause. Things are looking
Precision locked. They got like a laser. No, it's just an optical camera lock, I believe.
Doing great. The team's been doing great.
Can you hear that?
Doing great.
Their audio in the background? It's just coming through the speakers. I haven't
Absolute.
fed it through the feed. It's difficult.
Here we've got a good signature.
Diddy Mouse.
So the spacecraft has what it needs to guide itself.
You just took a hurricane to the face. Oh, you in Florida, Stephen?
Almost 18 minutes. So we're doing great.
Oh no, from Canada.
so close.
Because there's a hurricane which delayed the Artemis launch, isn't there? It was just delayed again. It was supposed to be today.
It's worth repeating for viewers that Dimorphos is not a threat to Earth, nor will it be after impact, right?
No, that's right.
Oh, I don't know. What if they mixed up imperial and metric? I put this on Twitter. What if they mix up imperial and metric?
It's at its closest point
And we're having a bad Murphy day.
from this point forward is going to be moving away.
It could ruin our day one time in the future. Their audio is a bit low. Yeah.
We've got to look for all
All right.
the other unknown asteroids out there still.
Awesome.
To find what the hazard really is.
Thanks so much, Lindley. I'll catch you on the other side of impact.
Because that's coming from behind the mic.
You can.
Back to you, Tahira.
All right, thanks, Samson. It is
Do they
amazing
inform the
to know that
habitats?
we have a precision lock on target Dimorphos. Now, we have a fun way for you
How's
to
that
join
background
our mission,
audio
and
now?
it is by signing up to be a planetary defender. Visit bity.com/planetary defender. Take the quiz and receive a certificate.
Yeah, it's going to be
like
low.
this one. Now,
Wow, you
once
can get a
official,
certificate.
Show us on social media using the hashtag planetary defender.
Check.
Now,
Check.
telescopes from around the world are observing tonight's impact to ensure that
Better.
how successful
Better.
we
Okay.
are at changing the asteroid's orbit. They'll be measuring this success. And you may be wondering, how does that happen? Let's go behind the scenes with astronomer Nick Moskovitz.
What sort of potato cam are they using?
Pluto,
Well, I don't know how far they're out. I don't know, but it's 15 minutes to impact, so it's going to get bigger and bigger until eventually it'll get bigger and bigger until it'll eventually just go boom.
Lowell is one of many observatories around the world.
Haven't been there.
Observing the dark impact, NASA's first ever
There it is.
planetary defense test mission to see how much a
Whoosh.
spacecraft impact can deflect an asteroid in its orbit. This is where Pluto was discovered, and we are still doing research in all areas of astronomy today. So let's go check it out. This is the Pluto telescope, the telescope that was used to discover Pluto almost 100 years ago.
Wow.
So here we are
Cool.
at the Clark telescope. This is where Percival Lowell's at to observe Mars.
They've still got it. Sweet.
Let's head on over to the Lowell Discovery Telescope.
Still works,
about
I'm
an
sure.
hour south of Flagstaff, which is where we are going to be collecting data for the DART mission. The reason we're all
Chuck
the way
Norris
out
threw
here
dart at the
in
asteroid.
the
Yeah.
forest is that we have really dark skies.
Cooking dinner. Are there different viewpoint cameras? No. No, there's not.
And this is the Lowell Discovery
I don't believe there
Telescope.
is.
What a
I believe
4.3
this is
meter
it.
telescope looks like. This is what we
It's,
will be using
oh.
Dimorphos in the days
It's
and
going
weeks
to
after
be-
DART impact. The DART spacecraft will be hitting an asteroid called Dimorphos. So special because it's a binary asteroid.
There
which
it is.
means a satellite around a larger asteroid called Didymos, and DART will actually be hitting Dimorphos. And what we will be measuring is how much DART changes the orbit of Dimorphos around Didymos. So this is an important test for planetary defense mitigation strategies in case we ever have to do this.
So what is the best telescope they got aimed at it?
One of many telescopes
Oh, I
around
mean,
the
it's
world
tiny.
that will be used
It's the
to
size of the
study
Great Pyramid,
Didymos
by the
and
way,
Dimorphos.
if you want to know the
It's
size.
really a global coordinated effort. And what we're looking
That's
at
the one
here
they're
is a
impacting. The
4.3 meter
larger
primary
one,
mirror that's in the middle of the
um,
telescope tube here. Up at the
Dimorphos
top is a
is,
secondary mirror. The secondary mirror up top there is what is focusing the light down on
is
the
much larger.
instruments and allows us to take images.
But the one they're
with the
impacting
camera
is
that's
about the size of the
located
Great
down at the bottom.
Pyramids.
This is maybe one of my favorite hidden rooms at the telescope.
Does anyone know? Anyone give me a fact check? Bruce Willis is on standby. Can someone give me a fact check? Oh yeah, it left behind a CubeSat. Yeah, I think you're right. No, Ben Affleck. No, it has to be Bruce Willis.
Right there.
Has to be Bruce Willis.
For DART, we're going to be collecting images of the night sky.
James Webb has pointed at it, is it? Okay, cool. I would have assumed it would have been. That would have been a priority. Yeah. Hubble? Hubble's still there? Still ticking, isn't it?
Understand what the outcome of that impact event is. As we watch from the Earth,
Yes, you are looking at DartCam Live.
in front of Didymos and
Oh,
behind
what are you looking at?
What we will be doing with those
This is really loud to
measuring
me.
the brightness of Didymos in those images. And
What
looking
you're
how
looking
that
at
brightness
is
changes.
the
Those bits of
main
brightness
asteroid
allow us
in the
to
middle.
measure
Oh,
these eclipses happen and
hang on. Oh,
of
dear.
Dimorphos.
In the middle here, what you're looking at, if you can see my cursor, what you are looking at. Oh, so much for that. What you are looking at is the big asteroid, which is Dimorphos, and then the smaller one it's going to impact. Oh, well, I presume that's the little smaller one there, which is Didymos, which is the one that they're going to impact, because that's in the center, right? I presume it's in the center for a reason, because that's the one they're going to impact it. And they do have a precision lock, whatever a precision lock means to them, but it sounds very precision-y, and it sounds like they're going to hit. It sounds like they can't miss now. They put Sir Isaac Newton in the driving seat, and Yep.
experiment using the ground-based telescopes. Like
There you go.
this one
Ooh, animation.
around the world to watch the system and see how it's affected.
Bruce has
by
dementia.
this
Yeah, it's sad.
because that's
I know, it's really sad. I watched his last couple of movies, and it was, oh man, you could, it was, oh, it was almost elder abuse. It was really bad. It was really bad. I feel so sorry for him.
After a 10
But he did finally,
470 million mile
like,
journey,
hats off. He
Dark
finally,
is just
I think his
minutes
family
away
finally decided,
from
no, look,
making history.
no,
A
they
truly
convinced him
global
to call it
effort.
quits.
This mission has brought together people from
And,
around the world,
yeah.
united under one goal, to find a way to protect humanity from a
Yeah, look, it's
hazardous
smack in the
accident
middle.
if one were ever discovered.
Smack in the middle of frame.
Usually NASA spacecraft are intended to operate
I wonder
for
how
many
much
years,
the,
or even
I wonder if they've
decades.
counted for, like,
But not DART.
how much gravitational bend does the big asteroid give it as it, I guess it's going so fast towards it, it doesn't matter. I don't know. But check that out, man, it's getting close.
So far away,
Only 11
we don't
minutes.
even know what it looks like.
Don't even know what it looks like.
Marks the first time
Yep.
humanity will have moved a planetary body in the universe. I said that correctly. Now,
I
at this point,
presume-
the spacecraft
I presume-
is controlling itself, making small maneuvers to ensure it's lined up with its target.
Right. I think it's optical only tracking.
And we'll cover the last 4 miles of its journey in just 1 second.
Oh, 4
Coming
miles
up,
in 1
we'll hear the
second.
final updates from
It's,
mission
we're only
operators
getting one
and
update
witness
per
the
minute.
big moment
Per
live
second.
from
One
space.
image up. I don't know if it goes
Simpson, you
faster as it
have
gets
the
closer.
best seat in the house.
Dunno.
How are we looking?
You're right, Tahira. Front row tickets. to
So
the
it'll be
biggest
like
event
those
in
old
town,
school,
and
you know,
things are
moon
looking
impacts.
good. We are
Where
T-minus
they,
10 minutes to impact,
you know, if you've seen
and
the
Dark
old school
Precision
moon
Lock
impacts,
onto
you know,
the
from the
Norfolk and
1960s,
zooming down
or
the home stretch.
they
Now, we
would
have
just,
lots to cover
like,
in the
you
time
you
we
get a
have
couple of
left.
frames, it's bigger,
Thrilled
bigger,
to
bigger,
have
you get a
with
couple of
Rose
frames,
Wade,
and
Director of
that,
NASA's
and
Planetary Science
boom,
Division,
that's it.
with
They were
me
just,
for the ride. Lori,
they
it's
just
such a
impacted
pleasure
it.
to have you.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be here and really happy that we are here.
Dark
in
lives
the
matter.
Final 10 minutes, we're almost there.
Well, you are just in the thick of it. With the team
Why?
up until
Why?
3 months ago.
2022 is not finished yet. Why should we tempt fate? That is, yeah, okay.
It's really, it's great. I mean, they're
I will pay that
excited.
one. We're
Every
excited
time
for the
there's
end
a
of the
marker
world.
that we
Yay.
meet a milestone, everyone is cheering.
But they've done the
and very excited.
calculations.
But there's also almost a sense of a calm confidence that
Won't even shutter
every
it. Yeah, well,
milestone,
I'm
that
wondering
everything's going,
what
you know, as planned.
what they'll be able
we
to actually
found and
detect.
we locked on the
Because this
target
asteroid
as
weighs
planned,
what?
pretty much at
This
the right
satellite
time.
weighs what?
They're looking at the
This
brightness and
impactor is,
reflectivity of
I
the
don't know, a
object,
ton?
and it's more or
Something?
less what they expected. Everything is
I don't
performing
know.
as
Does anyone know?
expected. And
Anyone
so
got
there's a lot
weights?
of
And it's
cheering and
impacting
happiness,
something
but
the size
it's
of the
kind of a
Great
sense,
Pyramid.
hey, you know, we've been planning
I don't
for
know
this
its
a long
weight.
time and we've got it.
I don't even think they know its weight. I guess that's the data they're hoping to get out of it.
What are they focused on at this critical juncture, Lori? It is basically years.
How do they correct the course of DART? It's got little thrusters or maneuvering things on it that can course position it. I do believe.
Yeah,
And
so the
it's
main thing
locked
they
on.
did
It does have a
watch
precision
is,
lock
you know,
apparently.
getting to that point where we could do the
And-
precision lock, where we had good enough signal coming back and enough confidence in where we are relative to Dimorphos that we could really do that precision lock onto the target. And it's hands off now, right? We're not, you know, the spacecraft is going to drive itself, and really focused on that.
It's got
that point
hydrazine
where they could
thrusters.
be,
There you go.
precision locked. And they're also thinking about looking at and reassessing continuously what's the probability of miss, right? As you get closer and closer, that probability should get smaller and smaller, and it is. It looks really,
Geez, field of
really
view.
good right now.
8 minutes left.
I think the
Look at
game
this.
of thinking, of wondering, really doesn't end until that last second comes to pass. So
And
we can
you'll
do
notice it's
a lot
updating
of
once
great
per
up until this
second.
point. We just have to see this through to this
I hope
last
that gets
few
quicker.
minutes.
The data rate gets
Well,
quicker,
in a
but I
few
doubt it.
minutes,
Otherwise, they'd be
speaking
doing
of
it
that,
now, wouldn't
all
they?
the years of thinking, of doing, planning, reacting is finally coming to an end. From
I should have done my
minutes
research
ago,
on this
there was
before.
no opportunity to send
But
any commands to SmartNav and
I'd totally
Operations
forgotten about
Center.
it.
The team will be purely spectators, the data coming in.
I'm
and
rooting
they
for the
are just
asteroid at
sorting
this
that
point.
out like the rest of us for the first time. Lori, this is huge both from an operational perspective and also an emotional one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can imagine. I'm really excited about it.
Electro
I've been engaged
boom.
with this mission
Well, it's
for,
going to go
the
boom.
last 4.5
Well, it
years
may
that
not.
I've been
It could
in my
miss.
current
Who
role.
knows?
But this team has been working
It's amazing,
so
though, that you can
hard
go
on
all
this
this
for so
distance.
many
Does
years,
anyone know
and
the
they put
distance?
so much of their
Dimorphos
energy
and
their
Didymus?
time into this, and so much planning
What is,
and rehearsing.
Google,
and,
what is the distance
it's,
to
It's
Didymus?
a really big event for them to, like you say, just
Sounds like a
count
body
down and
part.
watching. At
Your
this point, there's
Didymus.
not much else they can do but watch and see the fruits of all their work.
Yeah, I've gotten
What
to
do I
know
think will
many
happen?
members of this team over the
I
past few
think,
months, and,
well, if it
there's
hits,
a lot of alpha
there'll be a big plume, but we won't see it. We will see a frame where it's, I think if we're lucky, we'll see one giant frame where it just fills the screen, and boom, that'll be the end of, that'll be the last image.
Relief, a little bit of, can I let this go? I have worked for this
I don't know how many
so
frames
long,
we're
and
going to
now
get
this
as
is
it
no longer
passes
anything that
the
image
larger
is
one here.
coming up.
So it's
But
passing
I
the
think
larger
they're
one.
ready. I think they're at that point,
Dimorphos.
you're
It's
getting
passing
some shots of
Dimorphos.
Lena Adams,
Whoa,
the
whoa, why
assistant
was that moving?
engineer, and you can see
Was
the
it just,
excitement in her voice.
is it
She's
thrust
so ready
maneuvering?
to show the success of this mission.
This is awesome. 5
Well,
minutes out, which we're coming
There's some
up
violent movement
on
there.
now. The team will be hands off 2.5 minutes from
I
impact.
assume that was
SmartNav, which has been guiding the spacecraft
that was the
for
impactor and
almost
camera,
54
and not the
hours, will also step
not the
away,
processing
stop
or
any
whatever.
Maneuvers. Dart will simply be coasting to its fate. This is blockbuster stuff, Lord.
wow.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how
Oh,
they
yeah.
can do it. It'd be hard
are
enough
there.
hitting the main one, but to hit the little tiny
We
satellite
are very
one.
soon about to open up
That's
the
orbiting around.
airwaves in the Mission Operations Center.
How
We'll
much
stay
precision
plugged in
data
all
did
the
they
way through
need
impact. Remember, at this
before
point,
this?
5 minutes out,
This is
no more
nuts. All right.
commands to SmartNav will be possible. The team is watching it just like you and me and the rest of us.
To fit 550 kilograms. What? Five minutes left. So I don't know. I guess we'll get like a dozen frames or something, a few dozen frames, once we pass the main asteroid, Dimorphos.
All right, we've reached 5 minutes from impact. The final command opportunity to SmartNav has passed, and the team is simply watching that data stream in. Just like
Right,
we
so
are.
they had their final chance to manually adjust it, I guess.
Also remember, there is a 38-second lag for the data to travel to Earth, and also an additional few more seconds for
38-second lag. There you go. You can calculate how far away it is. It's like hitting a moving bullet with a bullet, right? Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
The chatter in the mission operations
That is live video.
momentarily.
It's live video. We're getting 1 frame per second.
This is Dart MSC and DT Mach. 5 minutes till impact. 5 minutes till impact. We are.
Can somebody confirm the CubeSat is another view?
Miles away.
Because I think I did hear it release a CubeSat. It released a CubeSat like last week or something, didn't it?
Also, our window for sending any commands to the spacecraft is done.
Done. It's free trajectory now. What is the intent? The intent is to prove that we can divert an asteroid if it becomes a threat.
This is a great vibe in that mission
right.
operations center right now, Lori.
NASA needs to upgrade to 5G.
They are so
Wow, look at that.
and
It's incredible. It's screaming in there.
And looking at these images as we get closer.
At what
and
speed?
closer,
How many
and you look
kilometers
at
per second?
Didymos and just-
Can
you
someone
start
get
to
a
see
confirmation of the
this
speed?
physical body appear there. It's incredible. Just
They
in
should
that
actually
moment.
put the engineering data on that, on this.
Imagine
if it accidentally scraped the side of
Yeah. Yeah, but you've been
Dimorphos.
watching it over the last,
Did launch
30,
CubeSat, but I don't think we have
45 minutes
images.
from just being a
Okay, is that because it
collection of
failed, or they'll
individual
download
pictures?
them,
Now you can
or
actually
it's
see the shape
busy
and the-
taking them now,
the
and then it'll
shading
dump them
and
later?
texture of
Is that what the
Didymos,
CubeSat will
and
do?
We're going to see that same thing with Dimorphos as we get closer.
Like a
and
cube, a
closer.
6U CubeSat.
This is so
Cool.
cool.
I assume it has cameras. Cameras. How many cameras?
Into stark relief.
Absolutely.
Captain Picard could do it.
Dynamos. It's amazing.
Wouldn't this be fairly simple math? Yeah, but it's the precision. It's the precision that's
The
required.
team is standing, just recognizing this moment.
I mean, we have never seen this before.
It is really nice to see them.
Oh, maybe,
relax
you
a
know, we've
little
seen
bit,
it as
get
like a
off from
fuzzy
those
little dot
computers
or
that
whatever.
they've been glued to and just
Look at this. It's going to...
appreciate this moment.
Wow.
Yeah, and they've earned this.
I assume it's not orbiting
just
quickly,
great to see 'em there.
because otherwise that'd be so difficult.
This is so cool.
Lori,
Six-
they hit another
six
major
kilometers per-
milestone.
6.5
We are
kilometers per
now
second.
2 minutes and a half from impact, and SmartNav has stopped maneuvering the spacecraft. DART is now coasting toward Dimorphos.
It's coasting.
and
There's
we
no
go
more
into
maneuvering.
the history books.
Absolutely. This will be, I'm sure you've heard
3
many times
megbits per
tonight,
second using the
humanity's
DSN,
first
Deep Space
ever
Network. Thank you.
attempt at trying to move another celestial body, and also our first attempt ever to execute a mission in
Yeah, Eamon, it's the hard
purpose
part.
of planetary defense.
Check it is.
So,
Look, we're just coming past
what an
it.
exciting
We're just
time.
flying past it.
Yeah, and I'm starting to see Dimorphos start to come into view there. You
Wow.
can see it starting to take shape. I'm starting to see individual boulders on Didymos.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the boulders. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You can see boulders sitting on the
clarity of images
surface.
there.
Coasting on
Or is
in,
that a-
projected missed distance is going to be about 17 meters.
All right.
17 meters. What? 17 meters of their off from their projected.
All honors on this event. Space telescope.
Wow, you can start
ground
seeing
telescopes
detail.
from every continent on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 2 minutes out.
Does not look like one single rock to me.
Oh, boy, we're getting close.
Should I go full screen?
14,000 miles per hour, Lori.
14,000 miles per hour. And remember, 45
Wow.
minutes ago, 55 minutes ago, we couldn't even resolve this
Yeah.
object in space. And now we are.
Well, we've
you can
missed
see
it.
us
We've missed the
zeroing in right
we've missed the
on
main one.
target.
Wow, you can see the
We're now
craters on
dropping
it.
the clock And we'll go by loss of signal to confirm impact.
Right. Yes.
Wow.
We'll get that loss of signal, and then we'll hear from Lena Adams again.
Look at this. This
letting
is
us
great.
know.
Where's the timer gone?
Successful.
Like that'll be a crystal clear signal.
I think so. I think we're starting to see more resolution. In fact, look at that. Didymos has even
Wow.
gone out of the view. We're
Yeah.
now just seeing Dimorphos.
Let's
go on a camera frame.
Stuff.
At least shows
Oh
right.
my goodness, look at that.
Looks like control system settling down.
Wow.
Weights look really
And you
good.
can really see the shadow because you can see a little bit on the left, bottom left there. So there must be, it must be like a bit of an oddball shape.
No,
Wow.
come on, we can do better than that.
Starting to see those individual boulders there. You can see shadows of the
Almost
various
30
rocks on
seconds
the
of
surface.
impact.
It's amazing, guys. Oh
Wow.
my goodness, look at that.
At the end, we'll get a couple of more frames. We'll get like a dozen frames and that's it. Then it'll go
Yeah,
full
we're
screen and then
heading
bang.
straight in.
End of. Wow. Wow, it's really bouldery. There's only a couple more frames left.
Yeah.
There's only a couple more frames left.
Yeah.
7,
Oh,
6,
wow.
4, 3.
Couple more frames. Wow, look at the bouldery. No way. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
They're gonna hit it. They hit it. That was the last frame. That was the last frame. Wow. Oh no, there's another one. Boom. Oh, they got partial frame.
We plan for humanity in the name of planetary defense.
They hit it. Well done.
Fantastic.
Well done.
Fantastic. Oh,
Yeah, that was incredible imagery.
What a moment. Very few words can really
Wow.
capture this moment. This is beautiful to watch.
Dude. Well done, everyone. Wow. What? Rip Bruce
what a
Willis.
team.
What
What a team and what an
That's
accomplishment.
incredible.
team. A few weeks ago, they had their last dress rehearsal. They were getting
Unbelievable.
emotional at the dress rehearsal, and they're like, "This is crazy."
Oh, I'm
They're
digging the
emotional.
long
This is
hair
not
there.
working. I can only imagine what they are feeling right
Well
now.
done, guys.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you can see them there on screen. They're all pretty excited.
That imagery was fantastic.
Hearing impact, the curtains close on Draco's feet.
Wow.
That raw joy from the team, years of hard work and the weight of expectation.
How long
lifted off
how
their
long has that
shoulders.
mission been
This is-
going?
This is amazing.
When did the mission launch? Can somebody get the when did it launch? How far away is it? Isn't as far as Mars, is it?
This is beautiful. And Lori, really, this is a huge moment for the mission.
It's a fairly
Lots
young
more work
crew there, yeah.
needs to happen in the days, weeks, months.
Absolutely. Now.
Yeah,
as I
apparent-
always
okay,
say,
so
one
the
of my
other one will
favorite
show
missions,
HD
now's
images,
when
will
the
it?
science starts. It just starts now. Now that we've impacted.
we'll have to
Now we're
wait
gonna
days to
see
get all the
for
data back.
real how effective we were. We're going to train all of those
Aliens on their way.
ground-based
5 million credits.
telescopes,
Alien
on
lives
the
matter.
Didymos Dimorphos system, and we're going to make measurements that
Didymos
will
lives
help us,
matter.
determine just how what its
Wow.
orbit looks like now relative to what it was
Okay,
before.
I'll turn down that.
It's going to be great. Very cool.
Yep.
All right, this is when science, engineering, and
I don't know if she's the project lead or not, but she was the one that was doing the commentary before.
magical moment like this.
Yeah, absolutely. You can
Wow.
see so many people there that have made this happen. The
4
team of
miles per
APL
second.
engineers,
Yeah, 6.5 kilometers
that have really
per second.
poured their souls into
Yes,
this mission.
yeah. They're going to check if the orbit's changed.
any last
Yep.
words to
They've
Mark?
got
This is
every
for
telescope
you.
they've got poised at it, and
We're embarking on
how they can,
new
like,
era
I don't
of
think it's going
human
to change it. It's only going to
an
change it
era
a
in
tiny
which
amount.
We potentially have
But
the
that gives
capability
them,
to protect ourselves.
we have the
from
capability,
something
we have the
like a
tools, we
dangerous,
have the talent.
hazardous asteroid impact. What an amazing
It's
thing we
now
never
heading
had
for
that
Earth.
capability before.
I'm sure there will be
Poignant last words.
conspiracy blogs somewhere that this is a,
has been
NWO
Back to you.
plot to, and everyone's escaping to, all the elites are escaping to Mars,
Exciting day for the DART team. And in
Wow.
case you're keeping score, humanity 1, asteroids 0. Now I'm here with Nancy Chabot, the coordination lead. Nancy, talk about a moment to catch on
I've
camera.
never been so
What
happy
is going
smashing
through your head right now?
some
I mean,
expensive
I'm just
equipment.
thinking,
Yep.
wow, that was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, those images, you just got closer and closer, and sort of we've been planning for this moment. We've been talking about it for years.
She's the lead at
It is
Johns
the
Hopkins.
We've been working on this since 2015.
2015.
And I knew, I've been talking, this is the images that we're going to see, and they're going to be spectacular. And I
That
think
isn't many
even then
years,
I
7
exceeded
years.
My expectations of just zooming in like that, and it really is just such the team accomplishment, and to get to this
Although it's
moment
not
over
a
so many
complex
and I don't have to talk
probe,
about it
as far as
anymore.
probes go,
It's
like, you
happened
know,
now. We haven't done this. It's
satellite's the wrong
happened,
word.
and
As
it
far
is
as
just
space probes go, it's
incredible
not a,
that as humans, like
I mean,
we have
there's a
done this,
camera,
we
there's
did
thrusters,
this.
and there's
And
telecoms,
Nancy,
and there's,
anything you'd like to say to the teams who made tonight?
maybe there's other instruments on board?
I don't need to say anything to
Can
the
someone
teams. I know
confirm if there's any other
everybody, like
instruments
me,
on board?
is really
Did they
proud
bother
to be
getting any
part
other
of this,
data?
right? Proud of this thing that we've been working on for years.
So like a mass spectrometer to get the light up close or something? Spectrum of the light up close? To reveal its composition or something? People still rocking face nappies. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. We don't know. I don't know how long it'll take to get the new trajectory. We don't really need.
I'm really honored to be on this team, and I know other people on the team feel the same way. As you should, Nancy. And I mean, there's a lot to celebrate here tonight. And so now that we
It's
have
700 kilometers from
confirmed
Earth.
impact,
Oh
can
no.
you let us know
No,
what's
it's not.
next for this mission?
What is
Well,
next?
I mean, I think I'm still taking a moment here. Because this is a big deal, and this was a really hard.
Wrong movie,
technology
yeah.
demonstration to hit a small asteroid we've never seen.
Oh
before.
God,
It
Bill
did
Nye the
in
Science
such
Guy.
spectacular fashion.
How's
I
that?
know other scientists
How's
on the
that?
team, like me, are already
Rayton.
pointing at those images,
What
being
was
like,
the?
"Did you
I
see
did
that
a video.
photo? Did you see that smooth area?
Busting
Did you
Bill
see
Nye.
that?"
What was it?
Yeah.
Rayton Solar, or something? What was it?
Now, their close approach, like taking images, and they're storing them, and we'll get those in the next days. Telescopes here and in space are looking. They're looking at the brightening of the rock that's thrown off from that spectacular collision that we saw, and this is going to go on for weeks. And so there's still a lot of excitement.
Yeah,
to
I think
come,
it'll take
nothing
it'll
to
take
do
at least
from this
days
moment.
before we get
This is just
even the
beginning.
first
It
data
looks like
back.
Everybody is celebrating here in Mission Operations. I
Oh,
think
nice
that's a
mohawk.
Nye
Nice
there.
mohawk.
And
You've
so
got to have a
this
mohawk
is
guy on
a
every team.
Huge day for this team. It's
compulsory.
for humanity. You know, Nancy, you mentioned earlier about
Got to have
some of the
mohawk
international
diversity.
collaborations.
No, I'm sure he's
So
good.
could you,
I'm sure he knows his
give
stuff,
us an
but
idea
the
on
the mohawk
the
helps.
scope of DART's mission, right? It's not just us in the United States that's focusing on this. So can
No
you
worries,
expand a
Clinton.
little on that? Yeah,
I almost missed it. Like I knew about it yesterday, and then I thought it left my mind for some stupid reason.
So great for this mission to really support and embrace that planetary international cooperation for planetary
Asteroid 1,
defense.
humans
So it was a
1,
match for
dinosaurs
what we
0.
want. And this idea came about from
Yeah, it's not exactly humans 1, asteroid 0, is it?
Together, you know, in order to make this moment happen for NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination.
That one was for the
Building a spacecraft
dinosaurs.
here at APL. But really, scientists around the world are ready to get
Wow.
study the,
Yeah,
what did we do to Dimorphos?
that was for the dinosaurs,
But
you
more
bastards.
importantly, what does that mean for potentially applying this in the future? I mean, DART really is just the start. It's just the first planetary defense test mission. It was spectacular and it's accomplished, and we'll figure out how effective it was. That's really what we're going to learn in the next weeks to come. All right, we hit this asteroid. Now, how effective was that at deflecting it, and what would that mean for using it?
Yeah, there's still so much to unpackage here. And so we have a special guest who is wondering, you know, more of what's next for this big mission. So let's hear from her now.
Hey everyone, I'm Danny Hansen, American Paralympic rower and hydro athlete.
Why do we have her
I would like to
on?
congratulate the entire DART team on crossing the finish line. So congratulations.
Why?
And with that, here's my question.
Oh, all
Now
right.
that DART has
Audience
impacted,
questions.
How will you know if the spacecraft has actually changed the asteroid's orbit?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a double asteroid system. So all we've done here actually is change slightly how Dimorphos goes around Didymos, right? And the telescopes on the Earth have studied this for years. So we knew it used to be 11 hours and 55 minutes.
Oh, 11 hours,
What is it
55-minute
doing
orbit.
now? And so the telescopes are going to measure that period change. And they're
Right.
so good at this.
I wonder,
They've done it for decades already.
does
to
anyone
get us to
know
that point. And
what
they're
the
gonna look to
accuracy
next
of that
weeks and make that measurement,
orbital
and
period
when we have it, we're
they
gonna be
had?
sure to share
What
it
was
with
their
everybody
uncertainty?
to see how much we did deflect this asteroid with the DART collision.
Wow. Well, Nancy, I mean, it's time for you to celebrate. So congratulations on everything tonight, and go DART.
Oh, go DART. This was spectacular.
Yes. And so we have Samson standing by in mission operations with two very special guests. Let's hop over there and see what's going on.
It's not Bill Nye, is it?
Thanks, Tahira. I have the pleasure of introducing NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, who has a special message for us.
The NASA administrator.
Hey, congratulations. Boy, the DART team, you really did this one very well.
At least he's an astronaut,
It's
isn't
been
he?
a successful completion of the first part of the world's first planetary defense
11
test.
some hours, take enough samples
And there
over
were
long enough
years of
period.
hard work.
Yeah, I'd love to
There
know
was
the
a lot of
actual uncertainty
innovation
that
and
they have on it.
creativity that went
I'm
into
sure they've
this
got their
mission.
error bars. You know, they publish
And I
their
believe
they
it's
publish
gonna
their
teach
data,
us
and you
how
got to have error
one
bars.
way to protect our own planet
So
from an incoming asteroid.
I didn't have time to go live with Fran. I just I was sitting there doing stuff, and it popped up on Twitter,
So
and I
they
went,
can tell us about the changes
Last minute.
in this asteroid's orbit.
yeah, I'm sure
So
Fran
thank you
would have
to
been
this
excited and is watching. Has she got a live stream as well? I don't know.
We are
I didn't.
showing that planetary defense.
There you go. Wizard
is
Tim's
a
got it.
global endeavor.
11.93
is
plus minus
very
0.01.
possible to save our
Whoa, schmick. All right. Well, that's
All right.
okay.
That was eloquently put, Administrator Nelson. Joining me right now are Deputy NASA Administrator Pam Melroy and APL Director Ralph Semmel.
Okay, they
Thank
didn't
you
drag
both for
out
being
Bill
with
Nye.
me. Pam, I'll start with you.
So that's pretty
How are
precise.
you feeling
Do we?
having witnessed this historic event up close?
We'll listen to this dude.
I was absolutely
Oh,
elated,
her.
especially as we saw the camera getting closer and just realizing all the science that we're going to learn. But the best part was seeing at the end that there was no question there was going to be an impact.
What
And to
other
see the
science
team,
is there to be
overjoyed
had
with their
in terms of did anyone
What does this
check
mean
whether or
for
not it had any other
NASA?
instruments on
What
board
does this mean for planetary
that could
defense?
take some data at the last
Well,
second as it got
NASA
close?
works for the benefit of humanity. So for us, it's the ultimate fulfillment of
He
our
went as a
mission to
payload
do
specialist
something
in the
like
last
this,
shuttle mission.
a
Yeah, I thought he
technology
did.
demonstration
Yep.
that who knows someday could save our home.
Very powerful. Thank you, Pam.
Oh God, I don't like this interviewer.
You're in that
He's
launch
too
for the moment of impact. We've seen a lot of major
Bit-
milestones
bit-
in APL
bit space
history in
cadetty.
space. We're talking the first flyby of Pluto, the first mission to orbit Mercury, and now the first spacecraft to impact an asteroid. What was the moment like for you in there?
It was incredible.
It's an excuse for space weapons.
How so many years of hard work and creativity resulted in.
I bet the director recorded 2 messages in case the mission fails.
An adrenaline rush.
Yeah, just
I'll
like
add
Nixon.
That,
Have you
I've been
seen
at
the
lab
Nixon's
now
one?
for
You
quite a
recorded
few
the.
years, and I've been involved in a lot of missions and achievements. And never before have I been so excited to see a signal go away and an image to stop.
Ralph, I'm going to give you both a treat right now. We're going to play that replay of impact on our screens right now so we can enjoy
Impact.
it again.
Enjoy it again. I don't really like him. Is it just me? Or is he too? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It is huge. In fact,
Okay, so they're speeding this up. This is like 5 frames per second or something.
Here, the impact on APL, as it was on Dimorphos, is immense. This is exactly the kind of mission.
The detail they got on the last
APL
images
seeks
is
to do.
incredible.
A never before
Check it out.
Mission.
Wow.
I'd like to thank NASA
Bam. And
for
that was,
entrusting us
and they
with
got
this
one
mission, and I'd
one
like
extra
to tell
frame. Look at that.
everyone how proud I
Wow.
am of the entire DART team and
Incredible.
APL for this
Incredible.
game-changing achievement.
Did they find oil?
We're watching that replay.
Too much talking about
right
feelings.
now on our
Yeah.
screens and just admiring that remarkable achievement once again.
Yeah, awkward pause.
Blobs of light, and now they are real objects to us, which is amazing.
Yeah, because we haven't actually seen detail of these before. Like, all they are is just like a little blob and a tiny little pixel, probably. I don't know. Does anyone have the best image? What is? Can somebody pull up the best image of? What is the best image we have of
Fantastic.
Didymus and
Well, there
Dimorphos
you have it. A lot of pride here tonight, along with the promise of
before
big
this? And I'm
things to
sure we haven't.
come. And with the
There's no
success
way
of
we've
that
seen
impact,
detail like
that
this
will do
before.
it for us today
I'm
at the
absolutely
Mission
sure.
Operations Center. Back to you, Tahira.
I reckon it's five pixel blob and a 1 pixel blob. Maybe 10
DART
pixels.
is just the beginning of a global planetary defense effort. In 2024, the European Space Agency
It doesn't really have any instruments on board. It's just an impactor. Yeah, thought so.
Dimorphos and measure in great detail.
Oh,
Dart's
okay.
kinetic
There's a
impact
follow-up
impact.
mission, the
Let's
Hera
take a
message. We'll have all the science instruments to assess the impact. That'd be great. That'd be freaking awesome. Is it gonna have a lander, or is it just gonna orbit? I presume it's going to orbit Didymus and not Dimorphos. Maybe do both. Maybe it's a mapping.
My name is Jan Carnelli, and I'm leading the Hera mission for the
Good on
European
you,
Space
Ian.
Agency.
It's fairly
The
sizable. Just see
deflection
it.
by DART will be measurable from ground
There you
with
go.
telescopes.
It's pretty chunky.
However, only with Hera coming up close and inspecting the asteroid will unveil all of those parameters that will allow us to plan for a deflection mission if one day we need one. This is the propulsion module of the Hera spacecraft that will take us to asteroid Dimorphos and will allow us to
There we
study
go.
the results
Getting
of the DART
good
impact.
detail.
The propulsion module is being
Show
built
us.
here in Italy, and then will be sent to Germany, where will be mated with the instruments and the rest of the
Good on the
spacecraft
Italians.
to be ready for launch in October 2024.
We started
Oh, no,
designing
this
and
is the-
conceiving the whole mission of the spacecraft about 2 years ago. And we have a
2020. This is the
launch
follow-up
date
one, is
that
it?
is a fixed date in October 2024. So it's challenging, but we're making it possible.
It's a fixed date. They
Good
have
say
to
that
launch
Hera
in that
is
date.
Really three space
Hera,
missions
yeah,
in
this
one.
is
We
Hera.
have one, the main spacecraft that we are currently building at OHB in Germany. But we also have two smaller missions that are spacecraft in their own right. Those are the two CubeSats, Juventus and Milani.
So this new one, Hera mission, is going to have 2 CubeSats as
I'm
well.
working on is Milani, which will perform spectral measurements and dust detection following the DART impact.
Okay, so it's got
My
dust
name is Margherita
detectors,
Bardi,
spectrometers.
International in Italy.
Yep.
We will work alongside the other CubeSat, Juventus, which will perform Kahneman X-ray of the asteroid to understand the internal structure.
This is going to be the first time that we have CubeSats on board.
Did they stick an Apple tag on
Once we
it?
arrive there, we will be deploying the CubeSats.
Deploy CubeSats.
ESA's scientific observations, taking more risks.
Oh, it's going to
but
land?
also trying to have
It's going to land.
rewards.
The CubeSats will be installed on 2 panels that will be mounted on each side of the structure of Hera. They are just the size of shoebox, however they contain complex technology which will really allow to bring added value to the Hera mission.
Hera and DART represent a fantastic international collaboration between NASA and ESA.
Yeah, because they don't know if it's going to have like a dust cloud around it now.
That we could use in the
You know?
future to protect planet Earth.
It presumably will, because there's going to be a lot of dust, but they just don't know how much, I guess. And I don't think they'll be able to see it on the optical instruments won't be able to.
A new era in planetary defense.
Our current, I'm sure our current telescopes won't be able to detect any dust cloud. I don't think.
A technique that we could use
But we'll be able to see from the hopefully from the CubeSat images when they download those.
Impact is over. The process of moving the asteroid is still going on.
You should have sent a Roomba.
Over the next days and weeks, we'll be
scouting around the service.
From all angles, tracking its change in orbit with ground-based observatories, studying the impact crater and ejected materials.
Yeah, it'll be the composition.
We may even get images
but they won't be able to get that from this. That's why they're sending the follow-up mission with a spectrometer
for mission updates, follow
to get what it's composed of. But we've landed on other asteroids, so we know what presumably very similar composition. I mean, it looks similar composition. Look at that to what we've landed on before.
So stay tuned to nasa.gov.
It's just a massive, bouldery things.
With members of the team to capture reactions and celebrate this historic event.
Money well spent, I reckon. 308 million bucks.
And for more
I'd rather see my money, although it's not my money, but the globe's money, I guess, spent on something like this than the shit they throw it away on.
Thank you for watching NASA's coverage
Thank you.
of Dark Impact from Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory in Maryland. We want to give a special thanks to all of our guests for participating in today's broadcast.
That's where to dart. Double asteroid redirection test.
For keeping us keyed in
They came up with the asteroid, the name first, and then.
And good night.
Good night. Well, thank you, whoever you were. Does anyone agree with me that the dude that they had interviewing, that I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. They need to get someone else. Is it just me? He was too, oh, wow. It's too space cadet-y. Like he wasn't like, oh, thank you. Thank you, MVV blog. I will have a nice day. 44 billion for Twitter. He's going to get it cheaper. He's either going to get it cheaper or he's going to get out of it. Twitter's going down a hole. Think of the miles of solar highway they could have built with that money. It's transmitting the data back at a big resolution. That's hard. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be. I don't know. It might even be a day before we get the images back from the little CubeSat-y thing. Because they'd be sending them back at full res. I don't know what to capture them at. HD kind of resolution or more. Yeah, they need some. They just need someone more excited. He was like, he was just, I don't know, space cadet. No, it's like, as in by space cadet I mean just out there off with the fairies. I don't know. He just seemed off with the fairies. Just seemed like he didn't want to be there. Didn't care. Apparently, the James Webb Space Telescope was pointed at it, somebody said. So, surely, you wouldn't miss that opportunity. Surely they would have booked in. They would have got time. They would have booked this in years in advance, and they definitely would have got the tick for, oh, yeah, we have to be pointed at this asteroid or in this asteroid when we impact it. I'm sure, I have no doubt. Or if they didn't, that is a gross miss. That is a gross fail. Well, you've got to get data somewhere. You've got to, is the assumption really that all celestial objects with a similar composition? Well, you know that X% are going to have it, and I guess you can only guess. We just have to get more data. Yeah, it's better than have some data than no data. So we've landed on a couple of asteroids. We've looked at and landed on a couple of asteroids now, haven't we? Too mushy, yeah. Guy was too non-threatening. Yeah, he was like, yeah. Hubble too, yeah, I'm sure. Yep, they would have used Hubble's dying breath to view this one, I'm sure. Can the James Webb Space Telescope and Hubble actually do video? How quickly can they sample the sensors? Does anyone know? Quick fact check. Bandwidth on the sat. I have no idea what the bandwidth on the little CubeSat is. I'm sure it's not much. So it'll slowly dribble the data. I mean, just if you remember the Pluto probe, it was still like it had only just finished, just like this year, I think, had only just finished sending back all of its data. It took a couple of years to send back all the data. It had that much data banked up on its hard drive that, and the data rate was so low that, yeah, it's amazing that we got any images back at all on the same day. I think they sent some low-res ones back first. I think they sent some priority low-res ones back first just to, you know, just to appease the media and the politicians that the money was well spent. Yeah. So maybe the same thing will happen here. They'll send back a couple of low-res ones first. Someone says 9600 board. We can get video from Pluto. Should at least have 1970. Yeah, like you would think. I would think they can at least get a couple of frames per second from JWST and Hubble, right? Uh-oh. Organic clouds going all conspiracy. NASA will not release all the data and images. Well, I don't know. Was it entirely NASA funded? Because the European Space Agency had something to do with it. So I don't know if they have the same. NASA is legally obligated to release all data. The ones that they paid for. But yeah, that was some great images there at the end. Wow, that was just like, it was exposed properly and everything. Like the exposure was bang on, so they knew exactly, like, you know, what to do with the aperture and the, you know, they knew exactly how to take the right, although I guess they have a lot of experience in that now, right? Ever since the Apollo days and before. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the James Webb Space Telescope can't just point anywhere. It can't point anywhere near towards the sun. If the shield, you know, the shield has to be between the reflector and the can't just point anywhere. It isn't just the Earth in the way. There's only a certain James Webb Space Telescope only has a certain viewing envelope, like cone, that it can view. Because if it points around, if they accidentally point the James Webb Space Telescope in the wrong location, that's it. It fries everything. It destroys the sensors, apparently. Like, so somebody better not push the wrong button. Maybe it's got internal things that actually prevent somebody from someone drunk at the keyboard types in the wrong digit, and yeah. I don't think the asteroid mining thing's going to happen. It ain't going to happen in my lifetime, I can tell you that much. Yeah, they've got Cirrus. They've got a CubeSat, apparently. They released a CubeSat that has a camera on it. So we'll be able to see the impact. Because you wouldn't have a mission like this and not at least go to the effort to at least attempt to get a third angle, you know. Like, the CubeSat is 2048 by 2048. Nice. I assume it will be like, but how much of the frame does it fill, I guess, is the question. Although I'm sure they would have figured all that out. And you want it to be, well, I don't know. How big do you want the frame? Well, you want it back because you want to be able to see the plume coming out, right? So, and then it's got to be pointed in the right direction if they even check that. Well, yeah, they can. I don't think it does. It just overexposes it because they've pointed it at planets with no problem, and I'm sure planets are brighter than this thing. So we just saw the rings of Uranus. Oh, mate, let's start the jokes now, but this image was stunning. They got back of Uranus. Wow. Incredible. Slow scan TV. That was my first job. Part of my first job at Pacific Communications. Pacom Data was slow scan TV. I worked on slow scan TV stuff. We slow scan TV security cameras. Back when, it was like if you had to get security camera images over a long distance, the only way to do it back then, back in the late 80s, back in the I think they designed in the mid 80s or something, was slow scan TV. So you send it over a RS-485 twisted pair, and you would and you'd sit there watching the image come up. Oh my god. And then I had to repair boards that had failures and stuff like that, and you could physically see where the failure was, because there was there's data missing, and you go, okay, well, yeah, it was all done with shift registers and everything else. It was like, yeah. So you'd know exactly where the short was on the board or the failed chip. It was all TTL, it was all 19-inch rack stuff, full size 19-inch rack boards, chock full of TTL chips. So, yep, that was my first job. Not sure what frequencies they transmit at. I think it's a few gig. There is a sweet spot which gets through the atmosphere better and stuff. So that water in the atmosphere doesn't absorb it and things like that. There are certain frequencies that are allocated that are optimal, I believe. Some probe that went down to 1200 baud. Well, try the Voyager space probes. I have personally contacted the Voyager space probe. I have personally contacted it. And I was personally there. Saw the carrier signal, the data, the whole works. I was personally there. And it's like a couple of hundred, it's like, its low data rate is like 50 bits per second or something. I think high speed is a couple of hundred bits per second. Yeah, it's really low. It's just sending back engineering data now. It's not, doesn't send back images anymore. All that stuff is shut down. Aha. Yeah, I should be watching the DSN website. DSN Dish 54 started receiving data from JWST at 40 kilobits per second. Hopefully some good stuff is coming, but no downlink for Leica yet. Okay. Thank you, Wizard Tim. He's always Johnny on the spot. This was really cool. NASA was always good at crashing stuff. Yep. Yeah, Mars probes in particular, Mars probes, more have failed than have succeeded. Yeah, you can't just put a cell phone camera on there. It doesn't work like that. See you, Kinko. Hey, Major from London, England. Yeah, I don't know which. So Leica just transmits straight back, and I guess they got it pointed. Have they got it? We could go over to the what is it? DSN Now or something? DSN Now, NASA Eyes. Let's go over, have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. What do we got? Sorry, I can't move the location of my head, my stupid head, so I get my head out of the way for a second. So, Canberra, yeah, DART, yep, there you go. So DART presumably is the, well, no, well, that's, it's pointing in the same location, right? They don't have to move the dish between the CubeSat and the actual DART thing. It's pointed exactly. I don't even think this thing would have the resolution to go, right, I'm going to point at the CubeSat, which is, it wouldn't even have the resolution to do it, right? So, yeah, as long as it's pointed in the general direction, good enough for Australia. Ha! I'm here all week. Get it? Canberra. Anyway, 34's down. 34's down. 35 is also DART, and 36 is receiving what? 36 is receiving a mysterious alien signal. All right, okay. Goldstone is Soho. Juno. Yep. That's the Chandra. Yep. And they're the Mars. So in Spain, they're doing the Mars stuff. They're doing the 3 Mars stuff. Mars Science, Curiosity. Once again, like as I said, yeah, just pointed at the same location. So if you're pointed at Mars, like you're pointed at Mars, you could pick up either anything. Although it is relayed from the Mars Reconnaissance or Mars Science Lab. They've got 3 probes around Mars. They've got Mars Odyssey, Mars Science Lab. That's the Curiosity rover. But does that transmit back directly? I don't think so. I think it relays. I think it has the ability to downlink to transmit directly, but it's incredibly low backup or something. Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. And the James Webb Space Telescope is getting data as we speak, I think. So there you go. More detail. Oh. 16 kilobits per second. Yep. 2 gig. There you go. Someone wanted to know the receive frequency. And the receive frequency for the DART is it's not telling. Oh, it's right, because it's not doing anything. DART is not transmitting anything. So nothing's being transmitted, so we can't. And Maven, that'd be Maven, yeah. Yep. There you go. We are not receiving anything at the moment, although James Webb Space Telescope is busily downloading its data. Somebody said it was pointed there, so cool bananas. No, you can't just tape a camera module. You can't just whack a cell phone camera module on there. It isn't that easy. Well, there's nothing in theory, there's nothing stopping you, but 36 receiving threats of alien retaliation. Yep, I will go with that one. That's why they're not telling us. Conspiracy started up on Twitter. Actually, when I end this, I might take a screen capture of that, and I might start the conspiracy theory on Twitter that 36, that they're deliberately not telling us what is being received. Yep. The tall greys are contacting us at the moment, saying, it's payback time. Yeah. "36 is in testing mode." Nope, not buying it. No, it is receiving. Alien signals. I'm convinced. They're saying Leica data will take a few days. Yeah, to upload data. Yeah, okay. That'll be the first data. Is that all data? I assume it'd even take more than that to upload it all. Depends, you know, because storage is cheap, right? It can store all the images at once, right? Dadi's dead. Everyone is dead. Didymus lives matter. There you go. Devon's done some back of envelope calcs. 55 kilometers from asteroid at impact and is 25 microrads per pixel. Wow, there you go. Don't know how that translates into actual field of view and how big it will be. Because, like, as I said, like, you want to zoom out because you want to try and get, like, the plume. You want to get the image of the plume and stuff, right? Surely that would be priority. And they didn't. And the problem is, too, they didn't quite know. They weren't confident enough to know which side it would hit on, you know, because it could have, like, hit on this side, it could have hit on this side. They weren't sure. So you'd have to have it in the center and then a rather large black frame around it just to get, it depends on which way the plume, you know, if it comes straight out like that, I don't know how they see it. You know, I guess they were maybe hoping for a side impact, or were they planning for a slightly off to one side so that the plume comes out? I would presume so, because you wouldn't want to hit it dead center, because the plume's just going to come up straight. Or it depends on where the... No, you would want to aim for the middle so that you have the most chance of hitting it, and then you want the CubeSat off to the side. So the CubeSat, yeah. Okay, so the CubeSat's automatically going to get it. Why was I thinking that the CubeSat would be in the same line as the... No. All right. There you go. Dart and Leica use X-band, direct to Earth, 7.2 and 8.4 gig. Yeah, showed some sort of colony. Well, you know, I don't know. Have you seen the photo of the monolith on Phobos? Is it Phobos? Phobos monolith. The Phobos monolith. There it is. The Phobos monolith. And I think Buzz said something about it too. Yeah, the Phobos monolith. Yep. Good stuff. Dude, you missed it. You missed it. You totally missed it. It was awesome. I'm sure it's all over Twitter or somewhere, or all over the news. Go and check it out. Go and check it out. It's yep. Yep, I agree. It could be dolphins. Leica cube am I pronouncing that Leica? Lycia? I don't know. Flies past I'm sure that's an acronym for something. Flies past Dimorphos around 3 minutes after the dart impact. That delay will give Leica cube the opportunity to capture images of the impact's effect, including the resultant plume. Cool. Right. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. And then can it go in closer? And like get more, because you know it's going to be back, because it has to be back to get the plume. But then can it actually just one last gas? Can it go in actually closer and get more detailed photos of the thing? That'd be really cool. Like Alicia without the A. Right. Licia. Licia. Laika was the first dog in space, yes. Was indeed. Yeah, it's gonna take at least Kyle, it's gonna take at least a day. Like, basically come back tomorrow, I think, and you might have a report of, you know, yeah, but they've got to wait for the orbital period. You know, what is it, 10 hours? Wizard Tim put up the data before. It was like 9 hours or something for the orbital period. 9.12 or something, plus minus 0.01 was their error bars, apparently, on the uncertainty of the orbit. And now they're going to see if it changes. And that's why they chose this, because it's easier, you know, because it's such a small probe, right? It's such a small probe, like the physical mass of it, that it's not going to move it much, right? So if you just impacted an asteroid, even a small one, like assuming this little one didn't orbit a bigger one, if it was just floating out there on its own, actually impacting that and trying to detect the change in orbit of that would take years. You know, you would have to, you know, it'd take years, I think, to actually, and then you wouldn't be able to 11.93 plus minus 0.01. Thank you, Stuart. Yeah, it'd take years to determine if it's moved, and then the uncertainty will be quite large and everything. But now that they impacted something orbiting another body, that they have this accuracy of data, supposedly this accuracy of the periodicity, that's a word, damn it, of the orbit of this thing around the larger asteroid, then yeah, they're going to be able to get orders of magnitude greater resolution on the measurement of it. So yeah, it was, you know, it was a really smart choice. I don't even think they would have bothered with a regular asteroid, really, because yeah, I think the data would be so minimal, and it'd take years to get back. Oh yeah, we changed it by, we think we might have changed it by 0.00001, you know, degrees or something. I don't know. But yeah, this one should be much easier to see how it changed the. And then you can put that into all your orbital dynamics calculations and stuff. And yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I agree, Jody. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, error bars seem to be approaching error dots. Yeah, that's just crazy. It's just crazy. That's down to the least significant digit, you know. Yeah. What on earth are you talking about, Anthony? Per drone. What drone? Anyway, that is very cool. I enjoyed that. I better go back and actually do some real work rather than just enjoying hanging out and watching. As much as I enjoy hanging out live, I do have to go do some real work. These videos don't make themselves, although it's all, I think this morning's all just like catch up. I've got a month's worth of email to catch up on. Tax bullshit to deal with, all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. Nah, I'm not allowed to have a burger. My lunch has been packed. Mrs. EV Blog has packed my lunch. I get my wrap. I get my organic wrap filled with all sorts of miscellaneous things that are supposedly good for me. I don't know. Just give me a giant hunk of chicken. Anyway, thanks everyone. That was really cool. They did it. Awesome. Catch you next time.